80,000. That's how many people you will meet and personally interact with over the course of a lifetime. Which means at this point in your life, each and every one of us in this room has already met at least 20,000 people. How many of those 20,000 stories do you know? The most important part of my job as a magician was connecting with people. Because fooling people is easy, but making people enjoy being fooled is hard.
He's a consultant on human connection.
He has since shared his magic and his message with thousands of audiences.
His TED Talk has been viewed over 3 million times. Brian Miller!
He's definitely the highlight of our grad orientation program.
It was one of the highest rated webinars that we've ever done.
Moving, it was funny, it was truly meaningful.
His ears formula I thought was just absolutely brilliant.
Really enjoyed it. And
it was brilliant.
Yeah, we need to put ears and we need to push that door.
Yeah.
I think we all want to feel heard, understood, and valued. We are desperate for human connection. Our world is a shared experience, but it's fractured by individual perspectives. You've got a perspective that's different from yours, that's different from mine. Now imagine if we could all understand each other, what we could do with that world. We've known for ages that the number one reason people leave an organization is not the salary or the benefits, it's not unlimited free M&Ms in the break room, it's that they don't feel valued for their contributions. It's why relationships fall apart. And really, what is an organization if not a collection of relationships?
How do you network in a world without traditional mixers and events? The connection magician, Brian Miller, is here with some tips.
Human connection is this thing that happens in person just by the fact that we're in person,
Right.
But somehow online is a place where human connection doesn't happen. This was the mindset people fell into. In the age of loneliness, the most generous thing you can do is reach out. The most selfish thing you can do is not say anything.
Wow.
How about your personal story? I mean, were you always very outgoing? I know magic kind of led you down this road.
I've never struggled to get into relationships or meet new people, make friends. But I always struggled to maintain them when I was younger. I would meet some new friends, get into a cool relationship, and then eventually everything was going good. And then just suddenly communication would break down, people would leave, and I would be alone. It happened over and over and over and over and over and over and over for an embarrassingly long amount of time. The people in my life didn't feel like I cared about them. That wasn't true, but it doesn't matter. It's not enough to care about somebody. It's not enough to understand them. They have to feel understood. They have to feel cared about. And I wasn't doing that. We've been led to believe that the problem is social media and smartphones, but the Greek philosopher Epictetus said we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen twice as often as we speak. In other words, they've been grappling with this for thousands of years. Like, this is not a new problem. No, the problem today is not technology. The real problem today is that we treat our interactions as transactions. And it was a click moment finally after losing kind of friendship after friendship, relationship after relationship, when I realized I could take the same thing I had honed as a magician to see the world from the point of view of another person, and I could use that on my life off stage. And that's what I'm trying to share with everybody else now, how to do that. You know why you forget people's names? Because while they're telling you their name, we're thinking about how we're gonna say ours, how we're gonna respond. Mr. Miller, first name, last name, should I give him my business card, put it on my hand? We're not listening. We're on our end of the conversation too often. We have to get out of it. We have to get onto their end of the conversation to bridge the gap and build those connections. We think we're mind readers, but we're really bad at it. If we can't guess, then what do you do to get somebody else's perspective? You ask. This is a defining moment in human history, where a loneliness epidemic collided with a global pandemic. It completely changed our priorities as workers and as people, and we're terrified We're nervous that robots and AI are going to take our jobs and that we're just automating ourselves into oblivion.
More than half of Americans actually say that they are lonely, which makes loneliness an epidemic in the United States.
We are all clients or customers of an organization, probably lots of organizations, that treat us like just another number, like just another customer. You know how small it makes you feel. But mark my words, the teams and organizations that are gonna thrive on the other side of this are those who double down on the human element of their work. And if you wanna become that gold standard, the one that your clients, prospects, and customers think of in the next chapter, your goal, what you have to do is the opposite. Double down on human connection. Find ways to look people in the eye, the people that come and sit across from you with hopes and dreams and worries and concerns. Look them in the eye and say, I hear you, I see you, and I'm here for you. People have a noise at the back of your head, just like you have a noise at the back of yours, that low-grade hum, that little voice all day, every day, whispering in your ear, saying things like, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you don't deserve this opportunity, you don't deserve to be happy. When you realize that every single person's got a voice like yours, it becomes almost impossible to treat them merely as a transaction. Because the truth is, soft skills are hard. And that's why if we want to build cultures where people feel heard, understood, and valued, we need to learn the critical skill of taking on perspectives that are different from our own. This is a conversational tool where you reflect back to somebody something that they've just said in your words from their perspective. It feels like a trick, but the beauty of this trick, it's not a trick on the person you're connecting with. It tricks you into actually paying attention. Human connection is not about agreement. It's about understanding. It's the ability to say, I'm here, but I can see why you're there. And maybe, just maybe, there's something extraordinary we can create together where both of us leave uplifted, transformed for the better. We can connect with each other not in spite of our differences, but because of them. You have no idea what kind of opportunities await you just on the other side of that next connection. The human connection revolution is upon us, and the only question left is, will you slip into oblivion, or will you lead the way?